Cool, we're live.
Okay.
So, how did you do with the notes? Did you understand this lesson?
I think I understood most of it.
Mhm.
The last couple of questions, like I said earlier, the last couple of parts of the last question I struggled with a little bit.
Yeah.
But hopefully I can figure out what I'm trying to pull it up. There it is. It's the compute the test statistic. What's the formula? And then it's that part. I got the let me see, where does part two? Part two begins at 9. I got that part of it, like question 9, where we were really just answering questions and not really using formulas or anything. It's when we get into the formula parts that I feel really lost.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I feel lost. But I think part of it too is I just need to try to keep myself doing this whole class really freaked me out, and so sometimes I struggle. But I got the rest of it. So do you want to go through? I'm kind of assuming we are not going to have a Miranda. Do you want to go through? I mean, I feel bad because there's like these 3 things I don't have done, these 3 questions of everything, but we can go. You want to go through it?
Well, that's okay. And like I said, I also got confused on that part. I got the first half of 10, and then the second half, I was just lost on.
I think that's my problem.
So then I went and I checked the answer key and I read the answers to try and understand it that way, working backwards.
Yeah. Did that work for you?
A little bit, because I think the hardest part for me is figuring out what the question is asking. And so if I don't know what it's asking or what I'm looking for, I can't do it. But yeah, so it helped a little bit, but not a whole lot.
So, and I think I just figured out, or I just, so I think 10, number 4 is just asking us to compute or to do the z-score. So I think.
So 10, number 10.
And there's Miranda.
Hi.
Miranda.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm just getting home.
That's okay.
That's okay. We waited. We don't have Hyla tonight.
Oh yeah, I saw her email.
So yeah,
I think sometimes I overthink
Mm-hmm.
the whole process. I know that sounds, I don't know, it sounds bizarre, but I think I like freak myself out.
No, I do.
I like overthink the process.
I think I make it harder on myself than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
See.
So we just started going over the prep, like literally just started. So
Okay.
well, there goes my notes. Okay, sorry. So Jenny was saying 10, number 4 is asking for what? So 10.
Well, I was looking. What it is? I was looking at the key, and it's what I was trying to come up with some sort of equation, and I couldn't. I hadn't had enough time to really look through the text to figure out how to do it. But from what it looks like, it's just really telling you that it's a z-score. That you just need to process the z-score.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically just you compute the z-score, and then I understood that part. So and then show this work, finally use Excel, and then yeah. So it doesn't have the second half that we went over in the chapter. But yeah, it's basically just asking for the z-score again. So it could be the formula.
Yeah, so I think
and on the bottom.
I think I was trying to make it harder on myself than it really was. Which is
It's a big paragraph. Scary.
so. Okay.
Marie, do you have anything specifically that you want to go over?
Not really. It's just the prep and it was just a lot of not so many numbers, but a lot of like trying to dissect what exactly is
Out of the reading part. I think we find this with most of what we've done so far. There's like the initial chapter where it's mostly like a vocabulary type thing. And then
Yeah.
you slowly start to work it, and how you work it intensifies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Formulas in, because then I know what I'm trying to find. But when it's all words and reading, it loses me. But this one,
Yeah.
I don't think this one was too bad to follow along with.
Yeah. It
this
wasn't.
wasn't too bad. It was just different.
It was.
Okay.
So do you guys feel confident enough to want to start the group quiz, or is there anything else we want to go over?
I think we can start the group quiz. I mean, I might need to like look over my notes, but
That's fine.
while we're taking the quiz, but if you guys are okay with that, then we can start.
I think that works.
Okay. Sorry, like I said, I just
No, you're fine.
got home. On Tuesdays and I try to on Thursdays especially because Tuesdays at my cousin's house and she lives in the town I work in, so I just go to her house. But then Thursdays I drive home and it takes about half an hour. So if there's any holdups, then I'm kind of a little bit late. But I try to leave right at 5.
You know, traffic for some reason, it's just such a gamble whether or not anything's going to go right.
That's
And
true.
some nights it's quick and easy, and some nights it's an absolute disaster.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I've had some of that. Okay. Waiting for my quiz to open. Any minute now.
Okay. Mine's pulled up. Sure. You guys have yours too.
Oh. I'm actually okay. I'm looking at through the quiz real quick.
Mhm.
How many questions are there? There's 21 questions.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of it's just like vocabulary stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It doesn't look. I don't think this is gonna. You know, it doesn't look too bad. I do wish they weren't quite so long because it's supposed to be a quiz. It's not supposed to be a test. But then I have my psych teacher always calls it, she calls the weekly quiz an exam, and it just gives me added anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just 1 second. There's a lot of noise going on here. Hold.
And she's gone. Okay. So, and I have a pinched nerve in my arm, and it's driving me nuts. And all I can think is, my arm hurts.
I bet. Those
So,
sound awful.
well, and I work with kids that I work with autistic kids, and they're constantly pulling on my arm one way or the other, and yeah, this is not pretty.
I nanny kids all day, and it takes me about 5 minutes to get out the door because they're all hanging on to me and won't let me leave.
Don't go.
Yeah. So, we all have the quiz pulled up?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, number 3.
I say the answer to number 3 is the null hypothesis, because in our book it says Null hypothesis is expressed with a statement involving equality.
Yep, same.
That's what I have.
All right.
Okay. The p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. So number 4, remember that the p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. When computing the p-value, which hypothesis do you assume to be true? Isn't that the null?
The alternative hypothesis can include greater than, less than, or not equal to. And the null is the actual truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that it would be the alternative, because the alternative has less than, greater than, equal to, whereas the null just is.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a statement. Null is a statement of the status quo. So.
Mm-hmm. When do we use the p-value? I believe you.
Oh no,
There's like
I was looking at what is it? It's under step 1 in the chapter of the textbook.
Oh, I was looking for like a special note I made where I wrote p-value determined with the alternative. That's what I was looking for. Okay. That sounds good. Cool. Do you agree, Miranda, or?
Yes. So I think, I think I wrote down that the p-value, I think we're supposed to reject the null hypothesis. So yeah, I would say alternative hypothesis. Okay.
Yeah. If the p is low, reject the null.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to do number 5?
I'll read it. Suppose the null hypothesis is HO colon the mean equals 10. Use this information to answer the next 3 questions. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a two-tailed test?
So it would be. Wait, I wrote this down too. Yeah, so it's not equals, right?
I would go with the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not equal
because it's
to.
not. It's the two-tailed is it different? It's not asking specifically if it's more than or equal to, or you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'd put.
Okay, number 6. I'll read it. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a left-tailed test? Alternative.
The value is less than if it's left-tailed. So the first one?
Yes, the first one is less than 10. So
Yep, that's what I.
And then number 7 is which represents the alternative hypothesis for a right-tailed test. So my question is, am I thinking this is right? That the left-tailed would be less than and the right-tailed would be more than?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's what I have written down.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready for number 8?
Yep.
So then 7 is the second one, right?
No.
Yeah. No. Yes. Hold on. I'm sorry. Yes. 7 is the second one.
Remember that we determine the outcome of a hypothesis test by comparing the p-value to the level of significance, or alpha. So number 8, which relationship would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis?
Okay. Which relationship? Okay. Failing.
I think it's the first one.
Should have opened my book. So why do you think it's the first one? Because I have no clue.
So in my notes, just from my tutoring session from all these rules that we have to follow. So if the p-value is less than the level of significance, it rejects the null hypothesis. If it is greater than the level of significance, it does not reject or fails to reject the null hypothesis. And in this, what relationship would result in failing to reject? And the first one says p-value is more than a alpha or level of significance. Does that make sense?
So I thought the p-value is the alpha. Because I thought it says level of significance is denoted by, oh wait, sorry, p-value. Okay, never mind. Those are different things. I'm combining everything in my head.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
That makes sense why you would use.
Yeah. P-value is less.
I don't know why I thought they were the same. I don't know. Okay. What do you think, Jen? Yeah. I wrote down the errors. I should have done more.
Okay, you guys, we have a particular. If we're thinking about selling the house.
Wait, can you guys talk about this when I'm done with my meeting? I want to be involved.
No, you don't.
Okay, then.
Can't sell it that one. I mean,
She's gone.
Who's gone?
Jen. Or she's gone on
Oh.
my screen. Is she gone on yours?
Yeah, she's gone on mine too. Sorry, it's not funny. I don't know why I laughed. I think it's more funny because you're like, she's gone. I'm like, oh yeah, she is.
It's okay.
Honestly, I don't have any like proof to prove my answer to be correct other than what I have in my notes. Although I already took the homework quiz and I took my homework quiz based off of my notes, so.
No, I believe you. I think Jen was just trying to find like the exact wording in the book. Maybe her computer froze.
It's happened before, so.
So do you just want to move on to 9 until she comes back?
Sure, just only because we'll go back for her, but I just don't know when she'll be back.
Exactly. So
Okay.
wouldn't it be the opposite then?
So yeah, 9 would, so which would reject the null hypothesis, so that would be the p-value being less than a.
Okay.
So the second one.
All right. Save it.
But see, the whole idea is that.
Maybe I'm just gonna check my email real quick to see if like maybe she emailed me from her phone.
Okay.
Like that's what I do when my computer crashes. No, I don't have anything. Okay.
I'm back.
Oh.
Oh, good.
I don't know what happened. My system dropped everything, and it went black, and then I had a mild panic attack. I was like, it dropped. So, and I was able to go back and look for it. So, did you guys? Where are you guys?
We just did number 9.
Okay, which relationship would result in rejecting? Is the null the greater than A? For 9?
9, we put the p-value is less than the level of significance.
So the p-value is less than Z?
No, the level of significance is,
So it
is
was
A
the
or
A. It was the one
alpha.
I said. It was the one I. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Did you get 8?
I did. I'm
You
good.
did.
Insurance company- Do you want me to? Want me to read number 10?
Yeah, sure, if you're ready.
An insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim was about 1,500. They are concerned the true mean is actually higher. Use the information for the next 2 questions.
So, that'd be-
So, the average claim amount, they think that they posted it wrong and it should be higher. So, would it?
is
Which
it the
line would be the appropriate alternate?
I can look at that. Yeah, as is.
It would be the third one.
Yeah, the average claim amount is greater than 1,500. That's the alternative hypothesis.
Okay. I agree.
Okay.
Okay, 11. Which of the following would be the appropriate null hypothesis? Because that would be the equal of 2.
Yeah, so the average claim amount is equal to 1,500.
I agree. I
Great.
was looking up real quick. The null hypothesis is the status quo, so I agree.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what's already been agreed upon. Like
Mhm.
I have my own little definitions and ways to remember these things. So yeah, when I think of null, I don't know if you I don't know, maybe I sound sad, but I think of High School Musical. They have a song called Status Quo, and I sing it. So that helps me. That's what I think of.
Hey, you know what? I think whatever you can use to work for you is what you need to do.
Thank you. Good. I will keep singing the song then. No,
If it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 12. Insurance company randomly selects 40 claims to calculate the sample mean of 1650. Use this information to answer the next 2 questions. The insurance company assumes the distribution of the sample mean is normal. Is this a good assumption?
Yes, because the sample size is larger than 30, right?
I agree.
I agree.
All right, cool.
And here is question 13, which is, what theorem or law justifies your answer to the previous question?
Law of large numbers.
Law of large numbers.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
Isn't it?
I thought maybe it is. I thought it was the central limit theorem. Maybe not.
Hold on.
I just looked it up to study the other day, and I think it's that one, but I get them so confused.
Okay. Here we go. Then we'll look up the answer. Central limit is the distribution of sample mean is normal when X is normally distributed or when our sample size is large. Large number is the sample size gets larger, the sample mean gets closer to the population mean. So it would be the central limit theorem because when X is normally distributed or the sample size is large, it's
Gotcha.
Right.
okay. So
14. Which of the following is the test statistic as defined in this lesson?
the test statistic.
That's the line. That's the observation. Is it Z?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm gonna see.
Like the test statistic is the Z-score formula, but you take the standard deviation divided by the sample size, So I would think that, you know, you have test statistic equals this, and it would be Z equals what? I don't know.
Oh, it says 4.2 in the textbook,
Mhm.
where Z is the test statistic, bar X is the sample mean, US population mean, O is the. So yeah, I would think it would be Z.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, that's probably gonna be the most stuff that needs to be done. And I'm gonna get the son to do it since he's only taking it.
The historical of sales receipts at a grocery store is $150 with standard deviation of $40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased. She says if a hypothesis test with these hypotheses, so the null mean is equal to 150, and the alternative mean is less than 150. She will use a level of significance of 0.05. She then takes a simple random sample of 36 sales receipts from the store and computes X equals 144. What is the Z-score associated with this test?
Round to 3 decimals. So
Crap. Well, I have a pencil. That's okay. I do math better when
I love this part. We might not even worry about the child. Maybe we'll just scrub the child training. In the front back? Yeah.
This is Z-score.
But then we'll just worry about the cracking and things like that. You fix it, you replace it, you take it out, do whatever you want. What about the drawer? The drawer is broken. The drawer is broken? You fix it? Right now. Drawer. Even off for the backup. Yeah.
Do you use the null hypothesis or the alternative hypothesis mean in the equation?
I mean, I was gonna give the mean they gave us. Is that wrong? I'm gonna try to see if
Like
I can make sense
144?
of it. Yeah.
So that's like the observation, because the formula is X minus the mean over standard deviation divided by the square root of the sample.
Okay, I understand. So then I think it would just be the mean. The mean they gave us above. So blah 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 blah.
So yeah,
150, right?
I'm trying to. Oh, no, that's right. They're the same. Okay, you win. I'm dumb.
No, we're all on the same team. I'm not kidding. If I didn't have math help, I would not understand any of this.
When I do my work,
I really wouldn't.
I'm very literal, and so it literally says mean is less than 150. So I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? I don't realize, you know.
Yes, definitely. So let's see, where's that formula again?
I don't think people are gonna want people or anything. You should take AJ's off. You know, if he has no shade in there. Get him some more, get him some. I won't have one in one room and not the other. If you take his off, take him off too.
I don't know if I did this right.
It still works, it's tiny, right? You try to get, you try to tell you, just make the try to go smaller.
I mean, if there's a period line, I mean, we probably have, he can get a regulation.
Or I don't wanna see.
So did either one of you get an answer yet?
No, because they're having.
We're trying to get the Z-score, right?
Right.
From my understanding. So my Z-score, let me go ahead and show.
I think mine's wrong.
For Z-score, I got negative 0.900.
Okay, that's what I got.
Oh, good.
I'm not completely. Because I'm wondering, we didn't use all the information. It gives us that the level of significance. Oh, wait. Never mind. It's not for this equation. I didn't realize before there were 4 total questions. Okay. So since it rounds, so 0.900 then?
900. Yeah, that's what negative 0.900, right?
Right.
Okay, is that what? Sorry, I'm not looking at our calendar. Is Jen still? Oh yeah, she's still here. Okay.
I'm still here. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
So
did you? Is that what you got for the Z-score?
I got the negative 0.900.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So next. 16. What is the p-value associated with the Z-score from the previous question?
is that when we use the applet?
P-value. I have to go back to my notes. Sorry. Yes. So p-value is probability. So yeah, I think that is when we use the applet.
Okay.
And is this one?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering, is this when we do everything to the left of it?
I think it will shade automatic. Well, let me see. Actually, what is it asking?
Ooh.
Where's my quiz?
It
There it
is.
is.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I wrote the steps out.
What is the p-value associated with the previous question? So if we're using a negative, it goes on the left side. Right, left. Are we shading 2 or 1?
That's what. Do we go back to the original question and ask? Well, let's see. Where's my preparation?
My brain thinks that it would only one would be shaded because, like you said, Jen, it's negative.
Yeah, I thought when it was negative. My biggest issue is because I'm looking at this, I get myself turned backwards. I was thinking it's one. You shade 1, and you shade the one above where you put the negative. Is that right or is that wrong?
Well, the way I've always understood it is that you shade depending on what it's asking you. Like, oh, what's the probability of it being higher? Then you shade to the right. Like, oh, what's the probability of it being lower? Then you shade to the left.
We don't have that.
I don't know.
Question.
Yeah. So
what I did, I put it in. I shaded the 1 on the left because it's negative. And I came up with 0.1841.
That's what I have.
Okay.
So I know for a fact, we shade to the left because it's less than. But yeah, I'm confused about 2 or 1. But 1 makes sense. And the only thing I have written down for it is that the p-value is determined with the alternative hypothesis. So if the alternative is negative, that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, so then we do less than, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that actually does make sense. So less than, so 0.1841 0.184.
Yep.
Yes.
That makes sense.
And
to
then
me.
the next couple of questions are just like vocabulary things. What inference would you make about the null hypothesis for this problem?
Is this where the alpha number comes in?
I think this is where we determine if the p-value is higher or lower than the oh wait, no, that's not right. Oh,
So-
wait, that is right.
Looking at the text, there's something where it says we never can prove a null hypothesis is true. We can only gather evidence against it. And if you get enough evidence, you can reject the null hypothesis. So what inference would you make about the null hypothesis for this?
So I have it written down that if the p is low, reject the null.
Yeah, if the p is less than the level of significance, it rejects the null hypothesis. So if we found the p-value correctly, then it's 0.184, which is higher than 0.05. So then it would,
So it'd be fail to reject.
yeah.
Okay, and I didn't write that down, but I want to. You said if the p-value is less than the value of significance, you reject it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
rejects the null hypothesis. If it's greater than the level, if the p-value is greater than the level of significance, it does not reject the null hypothesis, or
Gotcha.
fails to reject the null hypothesis.
P is less. Cool.
And that's assuming, hopefully, that we got the right p-value, because if 16 is wrong, then chances are 17 is wrong. I mean, if that, I have to go back but when you said to shade to the left, because it's the null is saying, or I'm sorry, the alternative is saying less than, that makes sense to me. So, okay, so should we go to 18?
Sure.
Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. What is your conclusion for this problem? So the null hypothesis was failed to be rejected, which means that, I mean, in essence, it's accepted, and the null hypothesis said that 150 is the
Hey guys, I keep dropping, so I'm gonna do this. If I drop again,
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on. If it drops again, I'll just finish up because we're almost done.
Okay.
What did you guys do? 17?
yes.
Okay, so you're on 18.
Mhm.
So conclusion for this problem is
Where we have all those.
What did you say about sufficient evidence earlier, Jen?
I said, hopefully I can find it.
Oh yeah.
We can never prove a null hypothesis is true. We can only gather evidence against it. If we get enough evidence, we reject the null hypothesis.
So 17, based on the fact that the p-value is greater than the level of significance, the null hypothesis is rejected. So, I'm sorry, we failed to reject the null hypothesis.
Mhm.
That's what I put.
So the null hypothesis is, essentially, I keep saying that, but in my head, I think it this way. If it's failed to be rejected, then it's accepted. So that means that we have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150.
Did
Right.
you say insufficient or sufficient?
Insufficient.
Yes.
And that's
Is that
because
what you guys?
You have to have sufficient evidence to just reject it.
Yes.
So which gives us okay. And you said less than 150?
Yeah, I think so because that's what was trying to be proven. In the very beginning, it says, where is it? It says they are concerned that the true mean is actually. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. They're concerned that it's higher than this. Oh no, I'm on the wrong thing now. Sorry, 1 second. I went up too far. Now the store manager suspects that the average has decreased, so that would be less than 150. But then we just kind of proved or didn't prove that that's true, right?
Okay, yeah, I get it now that I reread all the information at the top
Okay.
because they wanted it to be less. But okay, cool. Are we all good to move on to what is it, 19?
Yeah.
Okay. There are two types of errors that can be made when performing a hypothesis test. Which one involves rejecting the null hypothesis when the null hypothesis is true?
Type 1.
I think it's type 1.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time making sure to memorize which is which. Okay. So I'll read 20. A researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance of 0.05, he will use 0.01. Which of the following will be true?
That's why we have those kinds of little things.
Value. No.
So in the textbook, it says if the A value, the probability of committing a type 1 error is small, the probability of committing a type 2 error will be large. Conversely, if A is allowed to be, and it talks about A being large, and so I would say that your potential to commit a type 2 increases.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Okay.
Yeah, because it went from 0.05 or 5%, and they changed it to 1%, which means
made it even smaller.
So when type 1 is lower, then type 2 is bigger, or the probability for type 2 is bigger.
Yes.
Okay, last question. If 0.05, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
If the level of significance is 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error. Okay.
It doesn't say it in the book. 0.05, it's a 1 out of 20 chance.
No. I agree. I just don't know.
I am looking. It says the most common value for A is 0.05. This is equal to 1 in 20. So when the null hypothesis is true, there's a 1 in 20 chance that so a 1 in 20 is 0.05.
So that's the answer, 0.05, right?
Does it say in the book, in that section, that that's the probability of making a type 1 error? Or does
what it says is we chose, okay, it talks about the most common value for A is A equal to 0.05. This is equal to 1/20th. So when the null hypothesis is true, there is a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected at the 0.05 level of significance. Other common choices, and then it talks about some other things.
Okay, so in those words, they're saying it's a type 1 error.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it's 0.05 then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we submitting?
Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, wait, never mind. You're good. I just didn't save one of my questions, so it threw me off.
Sure, we can submit. I apologize, you guys. I am tired and I'm really struggling with this class, so I'm loopy.
No, I understand. My husband is like my tutor because he failed the class once.
So we missed.
Oh.
We missed 3. Are you guys good with that?
Um,
What are your thoughts?
so what was, I got, wait, you missed it
I'm,
or
I missed number 4.
I
That's
missed
what I
number
missed.
4.
so what was the question? What hypothesis do you assume to be true?
And the null hypothesis is the one that is true.
Oh, that's right. That actually makes sense.
Remember
Because the null hypothesis is status quo. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Oops.
That's okay. All right, I'm good. Cause
I'm good
Okay.
too.
yeah,
I'm good. Okay,
Okay.
guys. I will.
All right. See you Tuesday.
who's gonna be the group leader?
I'll do it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Miranda.
All right. See you guys. All right. No
Bye,
problem. See you guys then. Bye.